Neil here, back with another episode. We're going to finish up that custom crafting table tonight, and specifically, it's going to be the GUI. So we're going to go into our vanilla items folder and get our GUI out of here. Now, this is a crafting table GUI. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to use our original crafting table PNG. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that and we're going to drop it into our source folder. And assets, Neocraft, textures, GUI, and what we're going to do is we're going to actually name this one work surface. Now, if we actually come in, so I'm already referencing this GUI, right, in my GUI class. That is something completely different. Yeah, let's try this one. I've been trying to figure out biomes in 1.7.2, and it is a phenomenal pain in the ass. Because I want to do like a biomes tree generation, dimension kind of tutorial arc. And biomes are unbelievably different and screwed up, and I honestly don't think there's any feasible way to make biomes in 1.7.2 without having to, use it like using the world customizer to be able to do it. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. That way. So yeah, we've got our work surface in here. If we run it, we're going to see our crafting table overlaid onto this image that just doesn't fit. So we're going to have to come in and fine-tune that, right? I don't know what that is. So here you can kind of see what's going on here, right? Where these things actually appear, where we have set them to appear in our container class and where they're actually appearing on here. So we have quite a bit of space to work with on this. So I think what we're going to do is we will actually, we're going to open this with paint.net. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to tune this up nice and tidy. And then we're going to come back and adjust our GUI and make that fit the way that it's supposed to. So I'm actually, I'm going to grab my selection tool here. And we're going to Control-C, Control-V that. And we're going to move this up into the corner a bit. And then I did that all backwards. Let's get this right on the edge. Like so. Control-C, Control-V. And let's move that up to where it's snug. That looks like 3 pixels up and 3 pixels to the left. There, that's good. And we're going to kind of cheat, so we're going to hit Control-V again. And this time, we're going to just bring it up. We're going to line it up just like that. And you know what, we're going to have to make some room. Let's do that now. So let's actually grab this whole section right here, and we're just going to drag this down to give ourselves that room that we need. And we'll come back up here, and let's grab another 3x3 section here, just like so. I'm going to copy and paste that. And so we will do, we actually need to come all the way down to here for our 5x5. And we'll paste another one, and we'll move it right down here, nice and snug, 5x5. Now I kind of overdid this one a little bit. So what we'll do is let's move this one over and we'll move it over to there. We'll use our dropper tool to pick up that color of gray, and then we'll fill. We'll fill that in right there. And then we'll grab this right here, and we're just going to copy and paste that. And we'll move it over to right about there. And we still have our nice gray color, so we'll fill that in. Nope. Nope. Looks like we're going to be using our pencil tool. Now, I like to use the pencil tool rather than the brush tool, because the brush tool, I mean, the pencil just changes the color. The brush tool kind of lightens it, especially around the edges. There we go. So there's that. And we're actually going to grab this color right here, and we're going to extend this out just a little bit. There we go. That'll work. All right. So we need to tidy up these edges. So what we can actually do is we can just grab a little bit of this. That, gotta get it right on the edge. We're going to grab a little bit of this. Control C, Control V, and we're going to plunk that down there. Perfect. And we're going to grab this. Control C, Control V. Oh, and it's just too short. We can Control V again, and then drops this down to overlap. And now what I'm going to do is actually grab just a chunk from right here. We're going to Control C, Control V. We're going to move that right there. We're going to do another one, and we'll move that right there. And then we need one last chunk. And we're going to just Control C, Control V, and then we'll move that to cover that up right there. So here is our 5x5 crafting grid. And you know what I want to do? I want to make sure that these are lined up. I am 1 pixel off. So I will come on. There we go. Let me just move this over. Yep, again. I'm just going to leave this transparent gap over here. So again, we'll just grab just a couple of pixels right here. And we'll Control C, Control V, and we'll grab that and drag it over. There we go. So let's actually turn our grid off. Everything's looking good there. All right, so first thing that we need to do here is we need to grab our X size and our Y size. X is left to right. So I'm going to turn the ruler back on simply because that's easier for me. So we will grab right here. So our X size is 176 still, so that's going to stay the same. However, our Y size, we've made this quite a bit taller. Our Y size is 188. So we're going to come into here, and we're going to open up our GUI. And we're going to change our Y size to 188. We'll hit save there. And let's actually do this. We need to close that. This is our work surface, and we can pretty much consider our work surface done at this point. We don't need to do any more editing. And I will put this file up for you if you'd really just rather not spend all the time doing this. Actually, you know what? Yeah, there's something I need to do here. How many pixels is this? 16. Well, it's not going to be spot on, but we're going to get it darn close. I'm going to bring this down a bit, so that way we can kind of get it as close to in the middle as possible. There we go. Control C, Control V, like so. There we go. Now I'm going to consider this done. So we'll save that. We're going to save it. Go ahead and close that. Close that. And open this up. So we just did our Y size, and we've updated what the image looks like. So we're going to actually debug this time. We'll debug our client. And what we're going to do is choose single player. And we're going to roll into here. And we right click, and so here's our new GUI. Now what we need to do is we need to move all of these down, right? We need to line up all of these. So what I think we'll do first is we're going to start with our action bar. Let's move that down first. So what we'll do is we are going to go to our container class, and this section right here is what does it. So I equals 0 on the first one, 8 plus I. So it's going where? It's just X on the 148. So I think really all we need to do is we need to just increase this a little bit. So let's actually do this. Let's increase this by 12 pixels. We're going to do 160 and we'll hit save. We'll exit. We'll come back in. See, they move down a little bit. We need to move it down a little bit more. So we'll come back here and let's do 166. We'll save that. Come back in. Oh, just a little too far. I'd guess about 2 pixels too far. So we'll come back here. Let's do 164. We'll hit save. That looks like it's perfect to me. So action bar is good. So really what we need to do, what was this before? 148, 166. So we moved them down 18 pixels. Now the thing is we can't just come up here and add 18 to our y-axis. The reason why that we can't do that is because we didn't account for this gap right here, right? This gap right here, and we need to do that. So let's do this. We're going to move all of these down. So we could jump back in and we could calculate that, and I think that's probably what we should do. So let's actually, if we just go File, Open Recent, open our work surface. Our starting y-axis. Oh, balls. There we go. Our starting y-axis is 106. So, 106. What is that going to be? Oh, this is a crafting. So 94. Let's do this to 106. And see what we come up with. Oh, hell yes. Look at that. Perfectly done. Perfectly done. We still need to come up here and tune all of these up, but that's going to be okay. And you know what? These are actually starting right up at the very top. It looks like 3 pixels. So let's actually do this. See, we shouldn't have closed that so soon. This is going to be 7 pixels. See that right there? 7 pixels. So we'll change this to 7. We'll hit save. Back out, back in. So we're doing good on the y-axis. You can see those are lined up. We just need to move them over on the x-axis. And it looks like these start at probably around 5. Yeah, it looks like they start around 5. K04. Maybe they start at 4. Well, let's do this. This is 8. So let's have these start at 8 right there. We'll save that, and back out, back in, and those all line up. Super cool. Super cool. Things are looking up. Oh, wait. Those got pushed down a little bit, didn't they? We need to bring those back up. 166, 164. You know what? I think it was when I was Control-Zing, I went too far. Yeah, I did. So there's that. So now we got to move this bad boy over. And this actually is at 131 on the x-axis and 36 on the y-axis. Now, when we did our furnace, one of the things that we discovered is that this block is 16 by 16. However, this bad boy right here is 24 by 24. So really what we have to do is we have to count in 4 on each of these, right? So to find out our x-axis, we'll get 4 of those and then go all the way over. So it's going to be 141. So we'll change this to 141. And then we're going to do the same on our y-axis. We're going to grab 4 of these guys. We're going to go all the way up, and that is 43. We'll change this to 43, and we'll save that, and we'll go out and back in, and there it is, right in the middle. So we can take our sticks, what? Okay, so what am I doing wrong here? What's this? It's not working. What did I do? I can probably change this back to black. I'm thinking about it. But our crafting isn't working. It's not working. What did I do? Oh man, this is going to take some time to troubleshoot, find out what's going on. I may have tinkered around with this last night. Oh, I did, right? Duh, I changed that recipe. Let's change that back. Ooh, scared me. I thought I'd broken it there. Probably would have just fucking pulled my hair out all night not knowing how to fix it. Does this work now? Oh, you know what? This, we have to actually stop and restart for. There we go. We're good. We're good. So, and then of course textures, you know, outside textures, that's pretty much whatever you want to do. You could, you know, you could come in and you could base something kind of off of this. One of the things that you'll notice about this crafting table is it has the 3x3 on the top. One of the things that I ended up doing, this over here, it's not where you can't look at all that shit. Let me actually just dump the textures. I ended up doing 32 by 32 textures for this bad boy because 16 by 16 just wasn't enough. It didn't cut it. So we'll copy those and we'll drop them into our source and block folder. You can't see this, but it's okay. I have to rename these to what I coded them as my surface front. Sorry, just doing some renaming work. Surface, top. Let's see if these work. So yeah, 3x3 on top. Really difficult to do a 5x5 grid on top of that with just 16x16 texture. So let's see if these actually load that. Well, give us an error if it does. Doesn't look like I'm missing any textures now. So there we go. Here's the texture that I built. Alright, so I've got some tools hanging on the side, kind of like over there. Right, but I've got the 5x5 on top. And this is actually not 32x32. This is 64x64. I'm sure of it. Yep. So there you have it. Custom crafting table. So, how is this 5x5 different from any other table that you want to do? Well, there's a couple of things that we do in review. All right. First thing that we'll do is we are going to go to our, is it our block class? I don't think it's our block class. Nope. So we are going to go to our container class. Right at the top here, your craft matrix is indicated 5x5. If you wanted this to be 4x4, you could just specify 4x4. If you do, you only want to add 4 and 4 here, or 1 and 3 if you're doing 1 and 3. All right? In your crafting manager, of course, this would all be the same. You're just going to have to adjust your recipes. Remember, this is row 1, row 2, row 3, 4, 5. What you'll also have to do is in your crafting classes, you have your shaped recipes. You'll need to change these values to match. So we have 5 rows, 5 columns, 5 rows, 5 columns. And then in our shapeless recipes, we have 5 rows, 5 columns. So if you want to make this into something else, or if you just want a 3x3 crafting table that's just your own, you can do that, right? Just make sure that you're changing those specific values, and then you should be good to go. And of course, you got to make your own GUI and all that. All right. Well, I think that about does it for the custom crafting table. I have some catch-up things that I need to do, and unfortunately, I'm not going to get to the one tonight. I need to redo the releasing your mod video. I've had a pretty good dialogue with Andrew Staten about this whole thing, and this is something that I didn't know and he discovered, but we didn't set up our mod right pretty much from the beginning. All of these, zip those all up. I created a source folder here. Really, all you need to do is you'll put all of this code right here into this Java folder, and then you'll take all of your assets and you'll drop that into the resources folder. And then that way, when you go to build them, it builds a lot better. And that's something that should have happened from the very beginning of this. But no, I had to create your own source folder. So he figured that out. The credit all goes to Andrew on that. But I need to get that. I need to get that video out. But it's pretty late tonight. I got work tomorrow. Another long day of corporate training. As always, y'all know how to get a hold of me. I'll post the links down below. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and y'all have a good day, night, something along that line. Yeah.